Hello everybody, thank you for joining us for our 2nd of December meeting. We'd like to open at 6:31 p.m. I'd like to start with a statement of acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that the land we meet on today are the traditional lands of the Gawler people and that we still respect their spiritual relationship with the country. We also acknowledge the Kaurna people as the custodians of the Greater Adelaide region and that their cultural heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Kaurna people today. I'm going to move on to roll call. We'd like to note that Max may be joining us via Zoom, and we have some apologies from Natalie, Bernie and Ren.
Yeah, and an apology from Councillor Nathan Shanks, who is replacing Isaac on the committee, but given that only happened last Tuesday, I don't believe he's been sent a calendar invite yet, so he'll be here next time, hopefully.
Thank you very much. We'd like to also note the attendance of Councillor Brian Samble. Thank you for joining us as well. We're going to move to 2.3, which is motions to grant leave of absence. We've got noted that a leave of absence is granted for Natalie White from the 2nd of December 2024 to the 3rd of February 2025 due to sickness. We've had this moved by Emerson and seconded by Ace. All those in favour? Carried. Item 3 is public open forum. I don't believe we have anyone for this. Item 4 is declarations of interest. Myself and Darcy would like to declare a general conflict of interest pursuant to Section 75B of the Local Government Act 1999 in item 7.1. The confirmation of minutes. Do we have any questions or conversation regarding the previous minutes? Can I please have a mover? Edward. And a seconder. Ace. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. I'd like to note that the minutes of the Gawler Youth Advisory Committee meeting held on the 4th of November 2024 be confirmed as true and correct record. Item 6 is business arising for minutes. Do we have any questions regarding that? And on to item 7, which is decision reports. Could we please turn to page 5 for item 7.1, which is the appointment of members. Could we please have the Youth Development Officer update members, please?
Yes, thank you. Through the chair,
All right, invite Deputy Chair Jade up, and Darcy and I will leave the room. Thank you.
Okay. Oh yes, Debbie, would you like to speak to your report?
Chair.
I'll let you speak.
Sorry, through the chair. We just wanted to mention we currently don't have any vacancies, just because obviously we've 2 members going out of the room, but their membership is complete in February next year. But due to the meeting, we have moved it forward to now to vote them back in. So that's what we're voting on. So now I'll hand it over to Jade so you can have conversation.
Okay, so just to clarify, they are taking back their own positions. Cool. Do we have any discussion in regards to either of the members? I think those of us who know them don't have any disagreements as to why they should rejoin. If there are any questions in regards to either of the members, please speak out. No? Would we like to vote for the members individually, or are you okay doing them both together? Any disagreement to do both together? Cool. Can I please have... yeah, we'll do a raise of hands if you guys are cool, unless you want to do written yes or no. No one has any conflict of anyone has any conflict against the members? Nope. Okay. Can I have everyone everyone who would like both Darcy Hancock and Abby Dale to rejoin as Gawler Youth Advisory Committee members, please raise your hand. Oh, sorry. Can I have a mover and a seconder? We'll have Emerson for a mover and Molly as a seconder. All those in favour? That's how we do it. Carried unanimously. Thank you. And yes, that's all from me. Thank you. I do have a question while I'm here, though. We had items listed for discussion at future meetings. Kind of missed that as we were doing the minutes. Yeah. Okay, it's on the current agenda. Cool. Thank you very much. I will let Abby have her seat back.
Thank you very much, Jade. We are going to move to item 8, which is information reports, and straight to 8.1, which is the Youth Development Officer update. I'd like the Youth Development Officer to speak on this, please.
Yes, thank you, through the Chair. We have the January school holidays that have just been released, and most of the programs are currently booked out, or there's a few vacancies here and there. So that's something that is exciting and we're looking forward to. There's lots of different activities. We have called for a couple of volunteers to help us in each of those programs. So if you're interested, please let us know. The end of the year event, we are doing one more call this week if anyone wants to attend. So if you haven't already got tickets, which would have been emailed to you, that's for the movie, Beetlejuice. Please let us know because there's only a few spots left. Term 1, 2025 will be released very, very soon, and I'll pop it up on our page because it will be before our next February meeting. And obviously 2025 planning is continuing. We have our end of the year volunteer thank you dinner tomorrow night here. So thank you for everyone that has replied that they're coming. Out of, I think, the 24 youth volunteers, there's going to be 20 of us. So that will be a good show. Thank you. We do understand some of you have to work and that, so that's, you know, unfortunate, but we will plan hopefully a little bit more in advance next year so we can make sure everyone can attend. We've also planned to wear our shirts so we can get some new photos, which is really cool. We'll start looking at the working with children's checks. As I mentioned, some of you have recently been reached out to have those started. So the new members that are here tonight, welcome to your first meeting, and we will start your working with children's checks very soon. Christmas carols is this weekend, so if you're free Saturday in Piney Park, you can join us for Christmas carols. The youth band will be playing. I want to do a big shout out to Abby Dale, who's been nominated for the South Australian Community Achievers Award, Local Legend Award. So that's a pretty big award. That's probably the first time I think anyone from Gawler's been nominated for that award. So there you go. That's a bit of a standout award. So hopefully we'll hear very, very soon, and she's got awards dinners and things to go to in the new year. We've got also the Rotary picnic for Rotaract coming up on the 15th of December, and they would like to encourage any of our YAC members that would like to go to please attend, because they would like to see us out there supporting. So if you can, please let me know so we can RSVP to them. The Mission Australia survey results are in. They are up on our page because it was after the report was released. So it's interesting to see, very similar to what we currently are collecting at the moment for our youth development plan review. So very similar results, which is good. And also Gawler did get an individual report, so that's up there as well. I've just also been advised last week that the Youth Summit, which is planned for the April school holidays next year, will be held in Uni SA grounds near the Botanic Park, I think, out there. Yeah. On the 5th of April 2025, and they will be inviting certain YAC members to attend, to speak, and also play music and do different things. So that will be more news on that very, very soon. So that's really positive. So yeah, lots happening at the moment, lots of things around. Next week we also have the Flinders University in consultation with Adelaide Arts College coming out to the youth space on the Tuesday. There's a flyer on your desks. They're coming out to show you what it's like to audition to get in, to give you some tips and tricks. If you want to audition, they will also look at that because obviously we're Gawler, that's the city, so they would like to attract many people, and we can probably thank Abby for their attendance because Abby has actually been part of this school. So it's nice to see that they're recognising our drama program and coming out to see our students that have an interest as looking at this as a career, but also looking as how to get parts in different shows and things. So anyone that's interested, you're invited to attend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Do we have any questions or conversation regarding that report? No? Amazing. Could I please have a mover? Jade. And a seconder? Ace. All those in favour? Thank you. Carried unanimously. We're going to move to item 9, which is items listed for discussion, starting with the Chair's verbal update. I've had to reschedule my meeting with the Mayor, so we'll be meeting next week, so I unfortunately don't have anything to update at the moment. And same with 9.2, which is the Youth Advisory Panel update. We also haven't met. 9.3 is the Gawler Youth's Accessibility to Transport and Bike Month. Unfortunately, Max is not here at the moment, so we don't have anything to update, and we also have nothing to update on Bike Month. Jade?
I'll just quickly jump in with Bike Month. My Bunyip article came out, well, it was October now, so it's been a while, but we haven't had a meeting. Oh, we have had a meeting since then, but Jack and I have had a bit of discussion and post that, and he's very happy to see that this kind of initiative that I think he helped SPA in Gawler is still continuing with our current generation of YAC members. So thank you all for still being excited about Bike Month.
Thank you very much, Jade. We're going to move to 9.4, which is the Youth Space Programs update. We'd like to start with Emerson providing an update for drama.
Hello. Drama is going well. If you haven't heard already, we are going to be making a play. Debbie mentioned it before. The melodrama of the Miss Range Minor. I don't know. I can't fully say the name. It's going very well. We've gotten through almost every scene besides a couple last scenes. Now that the term has ended, we do have in January 2 more days with dress rehearsal and actually being up here and be able to use the stage. Hopefully, we don't truly know. While the youth are away on the holiday, they will be trying to look for costumes, but we've also had our backstage person write down costumes, and I believe they've also written down props as well before. And I know Debbie is going to keep an eye out as well as, I'm assuming, Makala.
Thank you very much, Emerson. We're going to move to Lily, who will be providing an update for band and maybe also a little bit on drama too.
So band's going well. We have 2 new Christmas songs we've been practicing. We've just been doing Christmas songs all term since our next performance, as Debbie mentioned previously, is the 7th of December Christmas concert in Pioneer Park. So we've just been preparing for that, making sure we've got all the songs dealt with. And that's going quite well, so we're looking forward to that. You're all welcome to come and attend and watch us. And for drama, we're underway with the marvellous melodrama of The Marriage of the Mislaid Minor. And yeah, that's going pretty good. Everyone's starting learning their scripts, and we're just going through scenes for the Fringe next year. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Lily. Very exciting. And back to Emerson to provide an update for the cooking program.
Yeah, the cooking program went really well. We ended it off with a Thanksgiving, invited a lot of our parents and some other guests as well who could have come, and it did go very well. Everything was really delicious. I definitely like it. It was a great learning experience. With being able to use the actual kitchen downstairs was actually great help and a lot of fun, and also more learning of how the kitchen space would run. I'm hoping we are able to keep cook-off again next year, but we will see.
Amazing. Thank you very much. We're going to move to 9.5, which is the youth events update. Tomorrow night is the end of year dinner for the volunteers, and we have, as mentioned previously, 20 of our youth volunteers attending, including 9 YAC members. If you're attending, please bring your YAC shirt so we can get some new photos. I'm actually going to hand to Debbie for the movie update.
Sorry, through the chair. I think I already did that, so I skipped ahead in my handover. So if you do want to come, just let us know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jade, would you like to provide us with a Gawler Town Band update?
Just quickly, yesterday? No, day before. When was the parade? Saturday. On Saturday, our band participated both in the parade. We had a bunch of members marching, including Darcy and I. And then we also did a set afterwards at the markets and played for the lighting of the Christmas lights, which was really nice. Our band by no means is a marching band, so in order to be able to get up and coordinate both playing and walking and trying not to get run over by cars and other people, it's quite a feat for us. And I hope everyone who came to the parade at least heard us a little bit. Yeah, and we have our final gig coming up on the 15th. It's at the Salvos Church. We do the Christmas carols with them every year now. So if anyone wants to come along, it's a free event on the picnic, have a picnic as the sun goes down and listen to some Christmas carols. So yeah, that's it for me. I don't think there's anything else to add, Darcy.
That's very exciting. Thank you very much. We are going to move to the youth sponsorship update, which unfortunately we do not have anything to update on, and to the Bunyip Generation Now column. If anybody is interested, we are looking for some pieces for 2025. Just a reminder, if you're not too sure what to write about, feel free to have a chat with us. I'm happy to help. Deb's happy to help. We can help you find something to talk about. We're going to move to 9.7, which is other. As mentioned, we had the Villawood Christmas Parade on Saturday. I have the newspaper. That was really exciting. I was lucky enough to walk in that as well, and we had a lot of people swarming the streets, which was really, really good to see the community really engaged with that event. We, as mentioned as well, have the carols coming up very soon on the 7th of December, I believe, so that should be a really good community event as well. We're going to quickly move down to Aislinn for an update on a Trinity play.
So midway through this year, Trinity College Year 12s, or Stage 2 drama, got the rights to Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. We are the first Australian school to perform this, so it was pretty exciting. We performed, we only closed a few weeks ago, on the 21st to the 24th of November. It consisted of all school students from the Year 12 drama cohort, with a few volunteers from Old Scholars and Starplex workers. We had the leadership from our brilliant director, Mr. Kerr, or Josh Kerr, And yeah, it went really well. We had mostly sold out audiences. And yeah, it was a great way to end the year and show all our hard work.
That's really exciting. How'd it go? Good?
Yes, very well.
That's so good. Congratulations again. We're going to move to Councillor Davies for a quick update for the current council meetings.
Yeah, so a few things. So basically, last Tuesday we had our sort of big meeting for the year in terms of deciding, you know, who's on what committee and all that sort of thing. And so, as I mentioned before, Isaac has stepped back again this year, and now Nathan Shanks, who has been on this committee before, is back on the committee, and also he's now the deputy mayor. Aside from that, we also had some changes to our committees. We got rid of a couple of them. Our corporate and community services and infrastructure and environmental services committees, we're giving it a try to shelve them and just have everything go to the council meeting. There was also a discussion about the Youth Advisory Committee and whether that should stay in this format. And yeah, well, me and Isaac basically said, well, we can't decide that just at the meeting. When with a couple of days' notice, we need to tell the Youth Advisory Committee. And so for now, the Youth Advisory Committee is just for another 12 months operating as normal, and then we'll come to it again next November. And yeah, along the way we might have some discussions around how we want this to operate. It can continue to operate like this, but it doesn't have to. Basically, the idea is that currently it's a full council committee, which means all of the moving and seconding and formal motions and that sort of thing. And the advantage is that you can take something directly to the council. You can move a motion and the council has to decide one way or the other what to do with it. Whereas the other model for youth committees that is in a lot of other councils is a working group in which it's basically you're still a group but you're not a committee, and basically instead of you giving feedback, you would give feedback to Debbie and they would ask Debbie, what do the youth think? And so it really depends on, what you think of those. You don't have to come up with something like right now, but that's just basically, it came up and we said it's too short notice. It wasn't specifically about the youth committee, it was sort of, we were having a broader discussion around can we make things more efficient by getting rid of a bunch of committees and all this sort of thing. And when it came to the youth, we just said, well, we haven't had enough time. So yeah, happy to take any questions on that, but that's how that went.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions for Councillor Davies? Jade?
In regards to becoming a working group or something along those lines, you said around for 12 months, so around this time next year, we would be discussing, council would be discussing whether or not that's something they wanted for us, or it's more our decision as to what we want to become?
It's the council's decision, but the council's decision will be heavily influenced by what if the youth committee says we want to maintain this committee and then the council says no, then that will be a very odd look for the council in terms of listening to the youth, but as with everything does go back to the council for final decision, but the councillors are wanting to hear what the young people think about their own committee, obviously. And yeah, so 12 months is just, so every 12 months, every November, the council decides who's on which committee for that upcoming year. And that's why, yeah, Isaac's term ran out and he said, I'll step back for this year, and Nathan's come in. And then in 2 years is the next council election, and so that will be a reset of everything, and that will be, theoretically all committees come to an end at the end of the council term, and we have to, when the new one starts, restart all of the committees. But yeah, so nothing's happening in the next 12 months. That's just when, because November 2 years ago was when the elections were, every November is when we decide all of that.
Thank you very much, Emerson.
I was just wondering, with the, not saying I want this version, but with the other version where we would be giving details to Debbie, would we still meet up, or would it more just be like we send an email to Debbie, or we just kind of like hand information to her?
So basically that would depend on what you decide to do, and you could have a system where there's basically no youth committee and it's just Debbie gives feedback based on the youth space, volunteers and the programs, or you could have a proper working group that is a committee that does meet and report. They just don't officially move motion. It would be a working group in the same way that the bike month stuff is a working group. Like, you would bring a bunch of people together, they would, give some thoughts on it, and then it would come back to whoever, Debbie or whoever, and they would say, this is what the working group thinks. It just wouldn't be a formal in the moving and seconding kind of way.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Jade?
Sorry, just jumping back in. Would we be able to maybe make this an item to discuss at future meetings, potentially maybe in the second half of next year? Give us some time to kind of figure out what our options might be, what would work best for us. Because I've been part of working groups within Gawler and different groups as well, and they all have their own benefits but also cons as to what we want as a group. If we just want to be a group that reports on youth events, then sure, but I think we're more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jade.
So through the chair, I'll clarify, we might not do that in the formal meeting. It might be one of your bi-monthly workshop sessions that you're having, briefing sessions, just to enable the open conversation. The challenge with being a Section 41 committee is you have to follow a legislated formal process and a code of meeting procedure that we have, whereas outside that you can have open discussions and conversations. So it'll probably be one of those sessions that you'll discuss what you want as YAC in the future. And that is, as mentioned, pros and cons of working group as opposed to formal Section 40 to 41 committee. As a working group, you can have open conversations. You'll still receive all the same levels of information, but you can have an open discussion rather than being bound by a formal meeting procedure. Flip side is, as mentioned, there's no direct recommendation to council from working groups. It has to come through an officer's report. So that's part of that conversation, but it'll be one of those other sessions so that we don't have to break out of meeting procedures to have it.
Amazing. Thank you very much, David. Do we have any more questions or conversation regarding that topic? No? Perfect. Thank you. One more item for 9.7, At our previous meeting, Jade mentioned requesting the addition of the review of the disability and inclusion plan for the items for discussion. Would you like to speak on this?
I was hoping for an update as to what has been happening. Yeah. Sorry.
So through the chair, council's disability access and inclusion plan was due for review. However, it must align with the state government's inclusion plan, and that has been delayed. So the state government hasn't released its new one, so we can't align to that. The state government recently, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, have released the initial engagement on their inclusivity plan through the Your Say Gov websites. We're hoping to see some outcomes of that early in the new calendar year. Once outcomes from that come through, we can start reviewing our disability access and inclusion plan to ensure that there's direct alignment with the state government's inclusion plan. So it's one of those we're waiting for the other party of government to act, because under the legislation, our plan must align with theirs. So we shouldn't review ours that's out of alignment. So that's just a timing issue. Yep.
Amazing. Thank you very much. We are going to move to item 10, which is items listed for discussion at future meetings. I don't believe we have anything listed here. We have item 11, which is questions without notice. Don't have any questions. and item 12, which is motions without notice. Yes. Would we like to formally thank Isaac for his time on the YAC committee? Yep. We'll need that as a motion. Yeah, Jade, thank you.
Yeah, I will move that. However, if we're still on 12 questions without notice, just an item listed for discussion at future meetings that we had in the minutes was Deputy Mayor Cody Davies, no longer Deputy Mayor, Councillor Cody Davies, suggesting that the committee hold a meet and greet with the new CEO after he commences. And the new CEO has commenced. He was at the... You want to speak to that? Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Jade, that must be my miscommunication. We will meet the CEO tomorrow night. He'll be at the volunteer dinner. So, so those of that can attend. But he will be also invited to one of our youth meetings next year. Yeah, obviously it's only his second week. Yeah, third week, yeah. And he was the Grinch on the weekend. Did a good job.
Thank you very much. Do we have anything else in regards to that at the moment? No? Amazing. I reckon we'll head to the meeting's close now. Oh, sorry. No, that's okay. All right. Jade would like to move a motion to thank Isaac for his time on the YAC committee this term. Can we have a seconder for that one, please? Emerson? All those in favour? Unanimously carried. Thank you. Did we have any other questions or motions without notice? No. Amazing. Thank you very much. All right, we are going to close the meeting now. The meeting has been closed at 7:03 p.m. Our next ordinary meeting is on Monday, the 3rd of February 2025, commencing at 6:30 p.m. Thank you everyone for your commitment to the committee this year. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you tomorrow night.